Welcome to my new series of Hearts of Iron 4 guides. In this series, which I am calling Back to Basics, I will be covering all of the basic knowledge you need to have in order to have a good experience with your first playthroughs in HOI4. For more experienced players, you might find this series a nice refresher course. I will be covering everything in short videos to make it as easy to follow as possible. Hearts of Iron single player can really go one of two ways. You can play it as sandboxy as possible, or somewhat follow the historical flow of World War II. You can pick any nation that's available to you on the map to play. In most grand strategy games, it is usually easier to start out managing a small nation. Hearts of Iron is very much the opposite. As the smaller the nation's starting industry is, the more difficult and challenging it will be to play. Another factor is a nation's ideology. Nations can have one of four ideologies, those available being non-aligned, fascist, communist, and democratic. Out of the four, fascist is probably the easiest to play at the start, as it is the most straightforward and aggressive ideology out of the four available. Nations that are democratic usually are unable to declare wars and can only be declared upon. Most communist nations are either very challenging or have new DLC mechanics that require some practice to get a hang of. Non-aligned nations suffer from some of the same struggles as democracies because they usually have to wait for conflict to break out in the world before they can start their own. Finally, one more factor that is important when deciding what nation to play is their focus tree. I will cover focus trees more in detail later on, but for now, suffice it to say that they pretty much provide all the flavor for your playthroughs. For beginners, the easiest nation to play, in my opinion, is historical Germany. It follows a relatively straightforward path of building up and conquering its neighbors. The standard Hearts of Iron in-game tutorial has you play Italy, which works as well, but it requires more naval management, which can be quite a struggle for beginning players. If you are interested in learning how to control navies, I recommend watching my guides on how to navy after you've become more comfortable with the basic game mechanics. Either way, for the purpose of this guide, we will be playing as historical Germany with the 1936 start. All you have to do is go to single player, click on new game, select Germany, and make sure you have the box next to historical AI focuses ticked on. When starting out, you probably do not want to have Iron Man mode turned on. Iron Man mode is the mode that allows you to get Steam achievements as you play the game, but it also locks your ability to save and load games at will. This means that if you mess up and want to go back to a previous save, you are unable to, not without cheesing it. You should be fine to play at regular difficulty, and you do not have to mess with any of the custom game settings. In case you are curious, the custom game settings allow you to alter the state of the world at the start, buff certain nations, and so on. It is nice to mess around with once you've gotten the hang of the game, but for now, it's best to just leave it be. If this video was helpful, feel free to subscribe and leave a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, have a good day.